Hello everyone. In these challenging and difficult times, you need to be aware of a solar eclipse occurring on the 21st of June 2020, followed by a lunar eclipse on the 5th of July. This eclipse cycle will impact everybody's life in a most dramatic way. In our world as well, factors indicated to be affected are COVID-19, business, aviation industry, and education. Indeed, in the UK, the Brexit situation is also dramatically affected. If you are new to my channel, sub below and let's begin. So, a quick look at the path of the annular eclipse on the 21st of June, a solar eclipse with a ring of fire. It's passing over Central Africa, just south of Pakistan, northern India, and China. So, these areas are going to have dramatic political effect for sure. But wherever we live in the world, we are all impacted. So, let's check the important astrology. The astrology, everybody, is most revealing because Rahu, Sun and Moon are in Mrigashira Nakshatra, the timid beginning of a new project. Unfortunately, Mars is squaring and agitating and Mercury is retrograde. So, every solar eclipse has with it a hidden and dangerous energy. It's a dark energy. Up until the 21st of June, expect to feel more and more tense. A tension is arising until the actual darkening occurs at the solar eclipse. At this time, fear predominates and the way forward seems completely impossible to see. More than that, at this time there is great deception, as I'm going to explain. So, not until the moon has come around to K2 to form the lunar eclipse will the true information about this situation be revealed to everyone. Everyone, at this particular eclipse, Mercury, ruler of the sign of the eclipse which occurs in Gemini, is retrograde and therefore twice as powerful. Mercury full of ingenious ideas, solutions that people are seduced by at this time, but are actually quite deceptive. In whatever area of your life this occurs, there is deception most definitely occurring, sometimes even willful deception. The key thing is to understand Mars's effect on this eclipse. This eclipse occurs in Mrigashira Nakshatra, which means new beginning in a timid way, like the head of the deer. So we need to understand that Mars is having the impact on this eclipse, which is stopping these new beginnings becoming meaningful. Why is this happening? Well, first of all, there's a T-square happening here. It looks like this. A T-square formation indicates that Mars is squaring 90 degrees to Rahu, 90 degrees to K2, and becomes the actual instigator of this eclipse. He sucks the energy out from the nodes onto his own powerful position. And yet his position isn't that powerful. It's in Pisces, the fishes, a mutable and confusing sign. So this solar eclipse contains a most amazing amount of confusing information, which is, as I say, maybe willfully deceptive in some cases. So enormous caution. Plus Mars here is the populace. Pisces means people. People are becoming agitated, confused. People are becoming restless. Social distancing? I don't think so at this eclipse. People are going to be flouting conventions. Why? Because Sun is the government, rulership, and Mars is squaring the Sun. The people are going against instructions of the government now. People are feeling freer, as though things are A-okay when they are actually not. In fact, everybody, not only are things not okay, but the danger of this solar eclipse is that the impulsive energy of Mars here is going to make you run into the brick wall ahead of you here in this T-square. So I do advise everybody to have extreme caution at this time. So to avoid this happening, everybody, let's get the information here about the four areas I've indicated: COVID-19, education, aviation, and business. And then I will go on to show you the dramatic revelations of the lunar eclipse. So COVID-19 is indicated by Rahu. Rahu is hidden virus and illness, and K2 is the root cause of this, the karmic cause. Check the link below. I have a full timeline right up until December giving you information and, of course, the cause itself and remedy. Rahu's ruler is Mercury, now retrograde in its own sign of Gemini. This is most powerful. It indicates that the actual virus is mutating because Mercury indicates mutation. Now, it's already mutated a few times, but this is a very dramatic and powerful mutation which is hidden, definitely taking place. Not only is that occurring, we should know that Gemini indicates DNA. So there has always been a genetic factor in this virus which has not been brought to the fore. The chances of that coming to the fore now are very, very strong indeed in this eclipse cycle. So business indicated by Mercury, which also indicates all sorts of sales and commerce itself, the fiscal factor itself on our planet. So retrograde Mercury shows it's going in a directly opposite direction to what people would like it to go. Things are going out of control at this time, and it's a little bit scary. Stock markets fluctuating wildly. Be careful. I mean, anybody would be sensible at such a time not to make a big investment, but even in your personal finance, hold fire if you can with new moves and just wait until at least lunar eclipse in 2 weeks. So it's not a good time for any new business venture whatsoever. Furthermore, education is impacted. Schooling, students and teachers. New dramatic events occur at this time that are like a curveball and throw you off course. Stay calm. It will settle at the lunar eclipse and you will find a way forward in your educational ventures for sure. So it's a very topsy-turvy time in education for sure. Finally, also aviation industry. Gemini is the aviation industry itself. An eclipse happening in Gemini with Mercury, the absolute ruler, retrograde. Don't travel if you can avoid it, everyone. It's going to be pretty crazy. It's like there's going to be a forward movement, perhaps coming out of lockdown, which has to go back again. Or there is complete confusion about how to end the lockdown, and the aviation industry is dramatically changing and going to have to make a complete revolution actually in how it works, and this is the beginning of that. But at this time, travel delays, all sorts of confusing events and mishaps. I'm not saying big accidents or things, I'm just saying that it's going to be a very difficult time to have a smooth journey on any form of transport whatsoever, but definitely in flight industry. After all this confusion and misinformation, then at the solar eclipse, can we expect revelations at the lunar eclipse? We most certainly can. It's one of the most impacting and dramatic lunar eclipses for a long, long time. Let's explore this. So everybody, this is indeed a dramatic lunar eclipse. On the 5th of July, Mercury has now moved backwards. It's nearer to Rahu, and it's squeezed between the Sun and Rahu during this eclipse. This is the factor of the deception, and Mercury now is squeezed like a lemon. So just like a lemon gets squeezed and all of the pulp comes out and all the pips fly everywhere, it's messy, but it's revealing and it's cathartically emotional. The truth comes out and it shocks you, but it is like a big aha moment that gives people ultimate relief. Why? Because the moon is in 19 Sagittarius, Purvashada Nakshastra. This is the full moon eclipse. So Purvashada means the truth that sets you free. It's the truth that you've needed to hear. It's an idealistic nakshastra ruled by the river goddess and indeed Venus. So Venus is now not retrograde, it's going forward. This is very, very favorable. This is a very relieving moment, but it's not an easy moment because it's a very clear turnaround from the previous position. Purvashada means fearlessness, means absolutely undefeated. But look, Mars is still squaring, is still causing this dramatic factor here, the T-square, that is going to cause such contention despite the truth coming to the fore. In particular, it will affect the Brexit. Indeed, everyone, because Gemini is the rising sign of the Brexit chart. If you haven't seen it, it's on my channel, check below. Rahu, Mercury and the Sun rising in the Brexit chart now, causing the final eclipse in Gemini. This is the definite point of the Brexit divorce, because this is occurring in Purvashada, which is the ocean itself. It means ocean, sea. And Mars is in Pisces, everybody. You don't need to have a degree in astrology to know that Pisces means the fishes. So the fishing industry, it's coming to a dramatic and cathartic moment now from which there is no turning back in this negotiation. It's boom or bust. This is it. And it's going to surprise everybody, but it is absolutely going to be the defining moment of the whole Brexit. So, what's a defining moment in your life? Where's the catharsis happening? How are you moving forward? Check, please, for your moon and your ascendant sign also. Aries moon and Aries Lagna, this full moon and new moon eclipse happening in the third, ninth house of your chart, is a very dramatic and tense time. But you have to remember that Rahu and Ketu, Rahu in your third, Ketu in your ninth house, has been an excellent transit for you since March 2019. You have been having better communication and you have been having more understanding with your family members and particularly siblings. But communication, aims, hopes, wishes, all to do with foreign factors, teachers, higher education, and indeed gurus for some of you, is coming to a dramatic moment of misunderstanding and standstill. But it's going to be fine because this is a very favorable Rahu transit for you. So you will have all the factors I've been talking about on this video, dramatically so, in June. Coming to the 21st of June, more and more tension is building with your immediate family, particularly siblings. You're not knowing what to do next. You're feeling that people are hiding things from you, that information is not available, and you are correct. So what you have to do, Aries, is stay very calm because Mars, your ruling planet, is in your 12th house. You're becoming withdrawn. You're becoming secretive. You're becoming afraid to express your feelings as well because Mars has fourth aspect on Rahu. So you have to avoid secretive dealings. You have to be very open. But at this time, I advise caution because whatever you say, whatever you do at the end of June will be found to be revised at the beginning of July. You don't have information to make a good decision. This could be in regard to anything about communication, travel aspects, moving forward in any educational sphere, and definitely sibling issues. So it's a tense time and you are feeling terribly agitated and insecure. Stay calm. On the 5th of July, with the full moon eclipse illuminating all of these confusions and misunderstandings, you will probably see that you have misjudged sibling factors, that all the information which was being withheld was not even so difficult to deal with because, as I say, Rahu Ketu are favorable for you. So you will feel relief at this time, absolutely. Any of you in higher education, a dramatic turnaround on the 5th of July will show you way forward. By the way, father issues for some of you come to the fore in a very dramatic way on the 5th of July. But once again, because Rahu Ketu are favorable to you, you will resolve all conflicts with your father and it will seem as though stability and communication is reestablished for all of you. So do not fear. It's a churning time, but it won't destabilize you. You will find resolution for sure. So Taurus Moon and Taurus Lagna, Rahu has been in your second house since March 2019, bringing an end to a whole cycle of his transit for you. He has been decluttering your life actually, but it's made you feel insecure. Family members are not really on your wavelength at this particular moment, and you're feeling a bit isolated and unsure how to move forward, particularly with all assets and joint finances, because eighth house is all about wills, legacies, and everything to do with family matters. And bringing these to any conclusion now is becoming fraught in every way. Spousal aspects are included because Mars is your seventh house lord, and in your 11th house of income is agitating. So, spousal friction may, for some of you, be a part of this eclipse cycle. So, what's going to happen is at the end of June, you're going to feel very insecure about financial factors. Curveballs may come into your life that make you frightened that you're going to lose out long term. You are not, okay? And you don't have full information. As I've been saying on this video, you need to absolutely hold tight, because if you make any move now, if you change anything about finances, like a new investment or a business move, worst possible time, don't do it. Try to hold tight, even though you are getting so much pressure from other people, because Mars is in your 11th house and is aspecting here. So Mars is giving you pressure from other people, maybe business partners, maybe spouse, maybe from colleagues, work colleagues, network circles, who are causing some contention here. Maybe they have wrong information. Be very careful, as I've spoken about on the video so far. So stay patient. You can be patient, Taurus, and on the 5th of July, resolution will come in a very dramatic, unexpected way, as I've been discussing. This will involve financial aspects, wills, legacies, and business factors. For some of you, it's the end of a whole phase in your business matters, it has to be said. For some of you, it's an absolute renovation of this in a new direction, where you completely have a new business factor coming into being. But it will be unexpected and not as bad as you think when you get to this full moon eclipse. So it's a revision of your financial factors. It's a revision of everything that gives you security in your life, Taurus. But hold on tight, because a new world is opening up for you, as I say, and this is just the ending part of a very difficult, insecure transit for you. So, Gemini Moon and Gemini Lagna. For 1.5 years, the eclipse cycle has been dramatically impacting you since March 2019 until this last eclipse cycle in your sign, Gemini. Your life has been revolutionized. If you think about it, what your life is now is nothing like what it seemed to be then, or how you projected it will be. Everything has changed, hasn't it? But if you think about it, you're becoming a better person. And particularly impacted is your relationship situation. Intimate relationships have been topsy turvy. Trust has been disturbed. And it's going to come to a final conclusion during this eclipse. So you have to be strong, because in the end, you need a truthful and trusting situation in your relationships for sure. But also impacted, Mars is in your 10th house in Pisces, causing massive confusion in your professional life. I mean, it's just massive now. You are under so much pressure from superiors and co-workers, business partners now, to change things, and it's not what you would want to do. But you are going to have to make dramatic changes in this area, and this is the time when it's going to happen. So, first of all, your health, your well-being. On the 21st of June, solar eclipse indicates that you are becoming fearful about your health. You're becoming fearful about partners as well. You're becoming fearful. Can you be honest with your partner? Can you be honest with your business partner? You are turning inward because solar eclipse in your first house makes you introverted, makes you turn inwards for a sense of safety now. And this is having a definite negative impact on other people, career and spouse, because they can't be open with you either. But you can't avoid doing this now because it's just what you need. You need to retreat around this time and stay calm because what you are hearing from spouse is not perhaps what they really mean. There's a lot of confusion on their behalf as well. Okay, business partners are definitely or could be misleading you. Again, be careful. Maybe they don't mean to. You'll find out at the beginning of July. But pressure from your workplace is overwhelming now, and you need a place of peace and quiet at the end of June where you can just be alone and cut it all out. I would advise. Otherwise, a stress level on your health is going to be tremendous. But here's the good news. On the 5th of July, all of the hidden aspects, all of the uncertainty, all of the information that was not known about business matters, health matters, spousal factors will come to the fore. It will be a dramatic, cathartic situation with you and your spouse. It's a make or break time now, the 5th of July. You are either going to make up or you're going to break up, some of you, because this is when truth comes out. And it won't be as bad as you think, probably either, because here's the thing, you are an absolutely truthful person at your core. You're very intellectual and very thoughtful, and you just haven't got time for deception, mind games, all of these things. You like everything up front, and it's going to come up front in a dramatic way on the 5th of July. So, resolution to spousal quarrels, resolution to business craziness, because that's what's been going on, resolution to arguments with superiors, resolution to co-worker problems. It's all going to happen 5th of July when, as I've been saying on this video, you find where you need to go in these areas. So your life won't be the same after this eclipse. This is going to turn it around 100% because first, seventh house is a churning of our life. And after this time, Rahu moves backwards into your 12th house on the 24th of September, which is actually a much more stabilized transit for you. So at that time, from September onwards for 1.5 years, all of these dramatic confrontations are in your past and you gain much more stability and peace of mind for sure. So Cancer Moon and Cancer Lagna, Rahu in your 12th house since March 2019 has been a confusing factor, causing you to feel a bit lost in life, some of you for sure. I want to tell you that in September, on the 24th of September, Rahu moves into your 11th house. So keep that date clearly in mind because you need to see that when he goes there, he will open new doors and show you a definite new life direction, which is very exciting and liberating for you. But at the moment, you're still in this fearful, dark place, and it's going to get more fearful at the end of June only because you don't have the information. So you're watching the video, you should get through this fine because you know that whatever information comes to you at the end of June, Cancer, it's not the real information. It's not the true information. You don't have the full picture at all. People may be agitating to you from your workplace and you just want to escape. You may even feel like leaving your job at this time. Some of you may feel like you want to throw in the towel. Stay calm and don't make any move whatsoever. It's an excellent time for meditation and being alone and calming your soul because you are easily upset by these eclipses as you are moon ruled. Now, the 5th of July, when your ruler is eclipsed, in Purvashada Nakshatra. Expect that you will find the absolute truth that you've needed to hear for so long. Colleagues will be open with you. Workplace stress will be resolved in a dramatic way, but it is the absolute right way. Even if it's upsetting to you, it's the absolute right conclusion. Health matters, you will find the truth. Real diagnosis will occur and real factors will be revealed that allow you to get the treatment that you need. It's a very comforting factor here. Finally, conflicts, litigation, court cases that may have been held up. Of course, we're all in lockdown, so who knows? But they will come into the fore again at the beginning of July, but in a good way, with a good hope of complete resolution in these factors. Yeah, so it's a very fearful eclipse cycle for you. It's a time when you need to turn inwards to meditation and calm without doubt. But it's such an emotional full moon that you will be so impacted by because, as I say, you are lunar ruled, that you will be even so glad that it's happened because you have wanted to find truth in your life in regard to these factors. Yeah, so it's going to reveal to you that you are not alone as well, by the way, because in your work situation, you've been out on a limb, feeling unsupported and just floating virtually. You will find the real support that you need. And if you have to move job, as I say, you will make that move and it won't even seem like it's a trial. You will be so relieved to move on to a much more successful situation. So it's a churning eclipse, but it's sorting out so much in your life for sure. So Leo Moon and Leo Lagna. Rahu in your 11th house has been very favorable for you since March 2019. You've been moving ahead with many goals in your life, but this eclipse cycle is going to send a curveball your direction. But don't be afraid because Rahu is still in your favor and changes which you have to make at this time are going to work out favorable long term. Do not fear. First of all, income from your career is going to be threatened at this 21st of June solar eclipse. It will be a curveball, something unexpected. But again, as I've been saying on the video, you don't have full information, so you need to stay calm here. Factors in your friendship networks are also in a real disarray. You are not getting support that you would normally get, and you're feeling a bit on your own now, that there's a real feeling of being on your own, not having support. This is again because there is a miscommunication going on. So it's a real time for reflection for you at this new moon, because you don't have information, and even if a dramatic thing happens, like for some of you, maybe loss of job, loss of income, you are going to be able to recoup. You do not have the real information of what is available to you, what opportunities are there. So you have to stay very calm at this really tense new moon at the end of June, Leo, because you are still moving forward. You are just revising your position. Finally, Mars in your 8th house as your 4th house lord means that family members are not really giving you that support either. They are agitating to your position here from your 8th house, and your financial factors shared with your spouse are in a bit of a flux now. You are going to have to make a huge revision of shared finances. Absolutely, you are going to have to revise business as well because 8th house is your business. So family finances, spousal finances, business finances, your finances, it's all in flux, but you're going to sort it out because on the 5th of July, the cathartic full moon eclipse here will give you full information. People who've not been open with you, particularly talking to spouse, family members, will reveal to you factors which you were not aware of. Business partners will be more open with you. You will actually see that you are as one moving forward. There is not a conflict of interest that there seemed to be at the new moon. So resolution will occur financially and in regard to all family concerns on the 5th of July. Children may have been a real worry to you at this time, at this eclipse cycle, and fearful factors may have come into your mind in regard to children, but that is going to be completely resolved at this cathartic full moon as well. So stay calm. You don't have to force children to make new decisions. They will make right decisions for themselves. Older children and younger children may have health concerns, but they're going to be fine. So it's a really churning time when your whole goals in life are being revised, but in a good way, because Rahu is still in your favor. It's going to be a change, but a positive change long term. So Virgo Moon and Virgo Lagna, this eclipse cycle is critical, so critical, one of the most momentous eclipse cycles in your whole life, and certainly for a long time to come. Why? Because Rahu has been in your 10th house since March 2019, giving you name, fame, new career, recognition, even if you are not career person. In your home life, if you are, let's say, housewife, then in your home situation, in your neighborhood, you have become more known, more important, more looked up to. So this name and fame, recognition, which you have definitely gained, has come at a price of some difficulty in your home, in your family, in your home building, where there have been renovations and all sorts of distress. So name and fame, but home issues, moving and difficulties with your home life, which has been distressing to you. So this axis is now being finally eclipsed. It's a test for you, Virgo. It's a very big test, because it will seem as though in your career, in your public life, people are speaking behind your back. You don't know what's going on. Does your boss say really appreciate you? Do your co-workers support you? Are you on the wrong path? Should you stay in this job? And for some of you, do you even have a job? All of these thoughts are going through your mind at the end of June. Where to go next in your career is a big blank. You are completely unsure what your next move is. So be very cautious not to leave your job, not to make a precipitous move now, not to talk in a nasty tone to your boss or get argumentative. Not that you would normally do that, because you're normally a very humble person. But be careful, because you're becoming fearful about your status. You're becoming fearful about your job. So stay calm at this time, because on the 5th of July, it's very emotional, but the true situation becomes known. As I've been discussing on this video, you will absolutely find the truth of the situation at, at this time, lunar eclipse, because the misguided factors are brought into this wonderful light of day, because this lunar eclipse in Purvashada is going to definitely bring you the truth which you need. And this will absolutely touch more than just career, Virgo. This will affect the confusion in your home life, because this confusion has been going on for 1.5 years, or virtually that, since March 2019. And this confusion is needing resolution now, because don't forget, Rahu, Ketu are going to shift. Rahu into Taurus and Ketu going into Scorpio. And when this happens, as I say, new video soon on my channel, your whole perspective in life will shift in a major way. So right now, though, domestic issues need sorting out. Home life needs sorting. And on the 5th of July, in a miraculous revelation, you will understand what your true position is. So people will be more honest with you. Situations that you thought were absolutely irreparable, maybe in your home, like renovations, will be done. Things that you thought you couldn't do will be available. For some of you, it will mean moving home. For some of you, it will be opening your eyes to what is your real home. Where should you live? Who should you live with? It all becomes revealed to you on the 5th of July. So 10th house, 4th house, Virgo, is shaking the very foundations of your life. Hold on tight. It's going to be a complete revelation and much better than you could possibly imagine. And by the way, yes, Mars is squaring from your 7th house, so spousal tensions will be very strong in this period, end of June, beginning of July. Extremely strong, aspecting your 1st house here. Spousal tensions, maybe arguments happening, all sorts of factors. If you are not married, then it could be business factors, business relationships, partnerships, real tension between their ideals and your ideas. So it's really important with a cardinal axis eclipse that you don't make a sudden move, that you don't do anything without waiting at least until the 5th of July, when everything will be much clearer, I promise you. So Libra Moon, Libra Ascendant. Rahu has been transiting since March 2019 in your 9th house, giving you a whole new perspective on life, where you have left behind career goals, left behind even family life, moved into a whole new sphere of activity. You have new people around you, new interests, new goals. It's been exciting and fulfilling for you in a way that you couldn't possibly expect. But this is the last eclipse cycle with Rahu here and Ketu in Sagittarius. So it's bringing everything to an absolute conclusion, and it's making you very nervous about your future, because you know intuitively that Rahu will move into Taurus in September. Rahu is concluding factors here, ready for his new move. Check a video soon on my channel where I will talk about this new Rahu transit. So these conclusions are leaving you on edge. Are you in the right place? Are you giving to the right causes? Are you involved with the people who are good for you? Have you got the right skill base? Do you need to up your skill base? You are uncertain what you need for your future. You are even uncertain about what your future is, because 9th house gives you mental worry, mental concern. So many of you, this is foreign factors here. Higher education is on the cards. Do you continue with the higher education? Should you even go into higher education? Are you on the wrong course? Many of you who are students or even teachers are in a real edge of a cliff now at this new moon solar eclipse. So 21st of June sees you on edge, really uptight. What should you do about foreign concerns? What should you do about going to foreign country? What should you do about higher education? Do you continue or not? And if you teach or in any way connected to education, it's a make or break time for sure. Father issues for many of you are coming to a crisis now. Father issues and father family. So don't forget, as I've talked about on this video, Libra, at the 21st of June, at the end of June, shocking events happening in all of these areas are misleading. Don't forget, there is false information. There is misleading information. Do not listen to it. Stay calm, turn inwards, go into all of those new spiritual factors which have been guiding your life in this Rahu 1.5 year transit, because since March 19, if you think about it, you have felt a new spiritual safety inside. You have got new beliefs and a deep feeling of revelation. So You have somewhere to turn. Turn within. Don't listen to the other people around you frightening you. You will only know where your new goal is in regard to all of these factors on the 5th of July. So what's going to happen, Libra, on the 5th of July at the lunar eclipse is that all of these uncertainties are brought out into the open in a very surprising way, probably in your immediate family, particularly brothers, sisters, and immediate family, cousins, so on. They are going to show you the way. They are going to have news for you that is totally surprising and revealing to you. You will realize what you have to do and what you have to leave behind. But these are very stressful houses. So it's a very emotional time for you. And since you have been having issues with siblings for the last year or so, since March 2019, this is the final straw, really. This is the bringing feelings out into the open with your siblings and finding where they belong in your life, what they have to offer you, and what you have to give to them. Okay? But it's got a good factor here. So Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Lagna, Rahu in your 8th house and Ketu in your 2nd house. It's been this way since March 2019, causing instability in your world financially and security-wise. You've been feeling very insecure and unstable. Why? Because Rahu is continually pulling the rug from under your feet, and Ketu is really making financial matters chaotic in some way. You just can't stabilize. So this is the final eclipse in this long-term process. In September, Rahu moves into your 7th house. I'll be uploading soon. It's a whole new phase. So right now, though, you've got to sort out critical factors in your financial situation without doubt. And at the end of June, it's going to all come to a head. You will think that everything is hopeless, that you have no way forward, that you have to begin again from square one. But you don't have all the information about financial moves. So this can be anything from wills, legacies, finances with your spouse, business factors, anywhere where you need money from somebody else. All of these factors are in flux and you don't have real information. There may even be information willfully held from you at this time. So you have to be very cautious that you don't make a dramatic move. Wait until things sort out, because on the 5th of July, full information about all of these factors, all of these financial indications become very clear. So family is becoming agitated and not supportive in any way. But on the 5th of July, resolution is going to happen. Family members become emotional. Very cathartic scenes occur in which all of these unsaid factors become said, and you know where you stand. So you know what you have to do to make family happy again. You know what you have to do to find security. It may mean a completely new investment. It may mean a completely new business where you have to change your business completely in an expected way, but one which is very helpful for you. So expect to make new business moves 5th of July. Expect that financial factors will become surprisingly clear to you and you can stabilize things after July the 5th. So all of this churning and instability coming to a big heightened sense of fear at this time. Without doubt, Scorpio, hold tight. You are going to stabilize finances. You are going to have to renovate business in a new way, but family will support you in the end, and you will eventually settle down into a much more secure period after September. So hold tight. That's a message, absolutely. Oh, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Lagna. What a time it's been for you since March 2019. Rahu in your 7th house has caused endless tensions, conflicts with significant others. Now, I can't say because I haven't got your personal chart exactly how it's going to be. So it's going to vary for all of you, but the general trend is that Rahu 7th, Ketu 1st means that other people are controlling the reins of your life, that they are either in the worst case being not very open with you, mistrustful with you, having a different agenda. And this isn't just spouse, this is business partnerships and close friends, and even people who you consult. Getting a good consultation with a lawyer, accountant, doctor now is very difficult. You get nothing but misguided information. So this does not mean that your spouse is cheating on you. Be very clear. We can't see that simply from this Rahu. What we do see is that there is a lack of real understanding in relationships now, or there is an underscore of tension because of different agendas. Things are changing. So this may simply mean that your spouse is really going through a difficult time, and it's causing tension between you for this time since March 2019. So what you need to know is this is the last eclipse cycle in your 7th and 1st house. And furthermore, this time it's the lunar eclipse in your 1st house. So you have the final say this time. You will finally see your way forward. You will see your agenda come to the topmost clarity, and it's going to be a breakthrough moment with your spouse. This is it now, because you are going to make an absolute decision about where you want to be and how you want things to move forward. So it's a make or break time for some of you, or for some of you it's a beautiful time when all of the misunderstandings dissipate and a whole new way forward in your spousal situation definitely comes about. Now you need to check beginning of my video, because I've already gone through all of the factors of this solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, and I can't repeat them here. But let me just simply say there is such confusion at the end of June with all significant others in your life. You will definitely feel that people are holding information back from you. You will feel it like a very tense and harsh situation that you dare not say anything, but you get this fearful feeling of not knowing what's really going on. This may be with your spouse, but it may also be with other people. More than likely, it will be business partners, definitely. It will be significant people in your life, like maybe close friends, and it could even be people who you consult, who you just do not feel that you can trust them. So a complete lack of openness, a complete feeling that there are absolute things hidden. And in your spousal situation, it may be that your spouse is also not knowing about information, so everybody is confused. But you are the one who is feeling this lack of openness, okay? Because you want openness now. You want clarity. Because actually, Sagittarius, you always need openness. And so this is a very tense situation at the end of June, without doubt. And you need to stay calm, because more than that, Mars is in Pisces in your 4th house during these 2 eclipses, meaning that your home life, your family life is in disarray at this time. There could be arguments in the home. There could be so much movement that you just can't find any peace of mind. You don't know what to do with yourself. It's a very tense turning point, but it is a turning point, because on the 5th of July, as I've discussed on the video, you will have a cathartic moment when information will be shown to you from your spouse, from your business partners, from significant consultations that will put your mind at ease. And by the way, this may involve your health as well, because 1st house is your health also. So all of the information that you need from spousal relationships, business partners, intimate people in your life, and even consultants will become clear, and it will set your mind at ease, because it will give you an absolute sense of where you belong and where you have to go. So the funny thing is, even though it seems that everybody else holds all the balls in their court at the end of June, you're going to find that at the beginning of July, it's your turn to have a final say. And it's a very emotional full moon. So much feeling and emotion will absolutely be pouring out of you. It's a huge relief in every way. For Capricorn Moon and Capricorn Lagna, Rahu has been transiting in Gemini in your 6th house since March 2019 and K2 in your 12th. This is a very good axis for Rahu K2. So, whatever your Mahadasha, whatever else is going on in your life, in one sense, you've been getting on top of problems during this time. You've actually had more control than you've had for some time. Factors that may have been seen would have been resolution of spousal conflicts. For some of you, even a divorce has had to occur, but for many of you, it's just resolution of conflict, resolution of legal factors, resolution of outstanding litigation, resolution of co-worker issues, and even health issues have come under more control. So you have been feeling as though you are the captain of your ship as long as Rahu has been here. K2 has been turning you inwards into a real sense of peace within that you've not felt for many years. So, what's going to happen during these eclipse cycles, because it's the very last of these eclipses in this axis here, is that you are going to find some unexpected problems coming up and quickly resolve them. So, these are unexpected problems with co-workers, unexpected issues that may be legal but unlikely at this stage, but very likely unexpected health issues also. But the main issue is you have still got a most favorable Rahu here, so I wouldn't be too concerned. What's going to happen is, as I've already discussed on this video, so check that out if you didn't hear it, is that misinformation, misguided factors are coming to the fore at the end of June. You don't know what to make of these sudden factors that are making you fearful. Have you got a serious health issue? Is there something happening out of control? It seems that everything has been blown out of all proportion for some of you. Your job itself, your co-workers, unexpected factors coming to the fore that make you a little bit afraid about your future and cause you some concern. So, stay very calm. You have been spending so much time alone, going deep within, gaining inner strength. Stay that way. Stay calm, stay in meditation, keep your strength. Don't disperse it in worry, because you can worry excessively, Capricorn, sometimes. So, staying calm in this way, by July the 5th, everything comes out into the open, and in your 12th house, in an unexpected way, from an unexpected source, you gain the hidden information which you needed. This may involve foreign elements also, as it's your 12th house. Most of all, it will involve definitely factors of expenses finally being controlled. So you thought at the end of June that you had enormous expenses which were going to drain you of your resources. Then at the beginning of July, you see the situation that expenses are not going to be drained. So you get on top of it in a really magnificent way here, and you finally realize that you have sorted your life in such a way now that you have a tremendous power, and that power, Capricorn, is coming from within you, because this lunar eclipse highlights your deep inner resourcefulness, which you haven't had for many years, but which Rahu Ketu in this magnificent axis have most definitely given to you. Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Lagna, Rahu has been in your fifth house since March 2019. You've been moving in a new direction and your goals have been shifting. Friendships have left your life, new networks have opened up, but it's all been unstable and confusing. And this is the final eclipse to resolve it all before Rahu moves into your fourth house in September. A video up on my channel soon will tell you all about that dramatic move. But look, you are tempted now to make dramatic actions and take forceful way forward because education is in disarray. Children are causing you such distress now, particularly, unfortunately, younger children may be sick and have health issues, and older children are out of your reach and causing you concern because you are fearful for them. What you have to do is to stay very calm because Rahu in your fifth house is illusion. So there is illusion about all of these factors. In your education, you do not have the information about courses available. You do not have information about what's really going to happen to your educational future. So you must stay calm, Aquarius, at this time because you become more and more fearful. There is no more fearful Rahu than the fifth house. He is absolutely exploding with fear and agitation. Children, yes, young children may have health matters for sure, but there is unknown factors. Health is not what it seems. New tests have to be carried out. New factors have to be revealed to you, and they will be at the beginning of July. You will find all the health information which will set your mind at ease. So don't become too agitated. Older children, as I say, seem out of control, and you are very tempted to take control because Rahu, fifth house, makes you like that. Don't do it. Try to stay back a little bit. Try to be a bit detached from your older children. It's going to help you tremendously. What's going to happen is on the full moon eclipse, your direction becomes very clear. It's clear that network circles are dissolving, but those that are remaining, their hearts are open to you now and they support you full on 100%. You know now who are your friends and who are not your friends, Aquarius. You were not sure before. By the 5th of July, it's really clear who you can rely on, who you cannot rely on. Education, you may have to change course, but if you do, you will have the full information available to you and you feel much more comfortable now moving forward. With your children, as I say, resolution only comes at the beginning of July. At this emotional eclipse, you find the truth of health situations for your children, particularly younger children, most of you, but older children causing you concern, you find the truth of it. They are open with you, emotional with you. There's a real bonding with your older children at the beginning of July on this lunar eclipse. It sets your heart free and removes so many worries from your life. So Pisces Moon and Pisces Lagna, Rahu in your fourth, Ketu in your 10th since the beginning of 2019, March 2019. It's been a roller coaster. It's a difficult, uncomfortable transit for you. You like peace and quiet in your home, but Rahu here hasn't let that happen. It's been like Central Station, people coming, people going, family members. It's been pretty crazy basically because Rahu makes for a crazy home life, yeah? But more than that, you've been putting so much effort into your home and your family life. You've been renovating, decluttering, rearranging, but Rahu never lets it settle. So you maybe declutter one area and the other area becomes cluttered. You sort out one renovation and something else needs fixing. All of a sudden, new leaks appear, new problems appear. This is what Rahu does in your fourth house. And it's very upsetting to you because you just don't need that. You don't enjoy that sort of hassle. But here's the thing, in your working life, it's even vaguer because K2 gives a disorientation now. Some of you may have had to lose a job, leave a job, okay, since March 2019. Some of you may have actually not left the job but feel dissatisfied, like you don't belong anymore. Some of you may have had a real issue with a boss and a new superior. So either way, working life, career life is in a very floaty and unstable way. It's all going to come to a head at this time. What's going to happen? At the end of June, the solar eclipse, and again, have a check at the beginning of the video to see about all of the factors involved, but this is a very confusing factor here. So in your family life, a curveball occurs. In your home life, a new factor that you no idea was even there comes to light. So more misinformation though, because it's not what it seems. It's not as bad as it seems, although at the moment of this eclipse, it seems about as bad as it could possibly be. So you don't have all the information. You don't have the complete picture here. So it's not the end of your home life. You don't have to move. You haven't got to pack your bags and go, or whatever it is happening in your personal life according to your personal chart. It's disorientating, Pisces, but hold firm, particularly family members now. You may feel like they are withholding information from you, hiding things from you. In some ways, sometimes there may be deception happening, but you've got to look at it at the best side. It may not be willful. It may be just that people don't know how to be honest. So there's a good deal of confusion, and really you don't know where to turn. So turn inwards is always your best place, Pisces. You have a deep inner life, because on the 5th of July, a cathartic full moon in your 10th house, affecting 4th and 10th house, brings all of these hidden factors into the open. Family members reveal their real feelings. The truth comes out. In your working life, you find that you can finally talk to your boss, talk to superiors. You may even find they are on your side if you thought they were not. New opportunities may arise for work placements. New opportunities may arise for a new career completely. Or for some of you, new ideas arrive from completely unexpected quarters that make you think, I want to leave this job. I don't want to be here anymore. And this is the cathartic moment when you make that important decision. So it's going to turn around home confusion, work confusion. It's going to show you a new way forward. Don't fear. So everyone, I hope that was a useful video for you on these important and upcoming eclipse cycle. Coming up soon, more videos on Vedic astrology and all astrology. Sub below if you haven't done already. Goodbye for now, and God bless you all.